suggestions, go to song.yrk.lank, and if in January we're still doing distance learning, before we start, I'll fill up the playlist again.
Awesome, thank you. I, for one, am very excited about the holiday music. Always my favorite time of year, and yesterday was my first time actually listening to holiday music and driving around and seeing lights around, and it made me so happy because, it's always a good time of year, and I'm glad it's almost our next break. We've got a few more breaks to go. Kevin, you want to start us with the announcements?
Yeah, good morning, guys. We've got a couple announcements today. It looks like Niallie's gonna kick us off. So, yeah, go ahead.
Hi everyone. So the last announcement I made about this was before break, and I know for break everyone just kind of turned their brains off. Just a reminder that York is doing Poetry Out Loud this year. It's a poetry recitation competition. You're not reciting your own poetry, it's other people's poetry. If you have stage fright, then this is the year for you to do it because there will be no stages due to COVID. You just submit a video of you reciting the poem to the judges. This year, for the school-wide competition, the judges are the English teachers, and Mr. Bloom and Ms. Sherry have volunteered to coach your recitation. So if you're interested, please contact them, or you can contact me, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next up, looks like we have Mr. Key.
Thanks, Kevin. I wanted to introduce a new staff member that joined York School a couple of weeks ago, right before Thanksgiving. Angie McGrew Payne. She joins us as the executive assistant to me as head of school, as well as working in the Department of Philanthropy as the philanthropy operations coordinator. Angie comes to us from several years working at Taylor Farms, and she also helped found a nonprofit called They Are One in Salinas that helps children in places like Haiti and South Sudan. And so she's a great addition. We're really glad to have her. And I just wanted to introduce her so that even though we're not on campus, you could put a face to a name. Her office is right across the breezeway from my office. And I'm going to let Angie just say hi to everyone. Angie?
Hi, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to have joined the York staff, and the faculty and staff absolutely love and adore the students. And so I cannot wait to meet each one of you and get to know you. I'm really looking forward to it.
Great. Thanks, Angie. We're so glad you're here. All right, back to you, Kevin and Kate.
Thank you, Mr. Key, and welcome, Angie. Thank you. Well, we keep going. We just have one more before our sophomore speech. Ms. Sherry has a couple words, so yeah.
Thank you. So I'm excited to let you know that next Wednesday we have a forum. The speaker will be a woman named Alana Washington. Alana has a BA from UC Davis. The underachiever that she is, she has a double major in psychology and English literature and a minor in African and African American studies. She has an MA from NYU in industrial organizational psychology. She has been a speaker and an advisor and a co-organizer of the San Francisco Design Week. She is part of Women Talk Design. Her two often heard speeches are Designing for Access and 6 Tips for Surviving a Racist Pandemic. Alana is going to be talking to us about her work. Right now, she is the head. She is a design leader, strategist, and researcher. She's the senior design program manager at Uber Freight. So she's going to be talking to us about her experiences in all of this, but far more important than any of those amazing credentials for Alana is that she is a York alumna of the class of I don't remember what, a while ago. but not a long, long time ago. Anyway, yes, she's a York alumna, and she's going to be talking about her experiences at York and what it was like to be a bicultural person at York School and moving on into the world, and how she has come to know and embrace her full self and how that's allowed her to really thrive in her life and her work world. So we will be hearing from her starting at 10 o'clock on next Wednesday. So we'll do the forum, and then from the forum, you'll have like a 10-minute break, and we'll go into Path after that and have a chance to sort of process what she talked to us about, and maybe formulate some questions. If you do have any questions you would love for her to address, it's not too late to ask those questions. She's also going to leave time at the end of her talk for more questions. But if you already are thinking, wow, I wonder if she could address, you know, what I'm thinking about being a student at York right now, she may be able to do that, right? So there's still time to fit it in. Please just email me with your question and I'll pass it on to Alana. So she was a wonderful, wonderful actor while she was here as well. She was just dynamic and beautiful and honest, and, you know, lots of breadth to her characters and depth to her characters. So I think you'll really enjoy hearing from her. Thanks.
All right, definitely something to look forward to. Thank you, Ms. Sherry. Kate, looks like we have a sophomore speech, so you can introduce the person.
Yeah, well, today we've got a sophomore speech. I'm so excited to hear from the speaker and sophomores. I hope you're ready to him. Robert Julian, take it away.
Go, Robert.
It was finally that time, the time of year which I dreaded. The Coast Valley Aquatic League Championship Swim Meet, or better known as CVALS, was about to begin. It lasts for an entire weekend, beginning at 5 o'clock in the morning and ending at 6 o'clock in the evening. I hated CVALS for many reasons. The heat, having nothing to do, and the constant waiting around. Sometimes I would sit in my chair for hours, waiting for it to be my turn to swim. All year long, I hoped that CVALS would never come around, but deep down, I knew that it would eventually. That year, we swam in a brand new pool in Hollister, and I carpooled with a friend to get there every single day. Although I despised CVALS, I was determined to go fast and make the finals in every single one of my events. Friday was the first day of events. I swam the 500 freestyle. I never swum that event up until this point, but I had trained for it in practice, so I was ready to go. I don't remember much of that event, as it went by pretty quickly. With my heart beating fast and my body aching, I got out of the pool to see my teammates congratulate me. I was proud of myself for pushing through and finishing the race. Sadly, Friday was only the first day of events. I still had Saturday and Sunday left to go, and that's when my feelings towards CVALS started to change. On both Saturday and Sunday, I swam 3 events, making a total of 6 events I had to swim. I had trained super hard all year long, and it all came down to these races. And in every single event, I qualified for the finals. When I heard the news, I was full of joy and happiness. But the best part of it all was that I bonded with my teammates. In the past, I never really had anybody to hang out with while I wasn't racing. This CVALS, however, I got to know my friends very well. During those long waiting periods in between races, we would play soccer and football. And when we weren't doing that, we would walk around the pool and talk. We would talk about swimming, about school, and about summer. It turned out that we had a lot in common. I came to CVALS dreading it and wanting to go home. But after it was all over, I wanted to stay. I wanted to keep hanging out with my friends. I was so surprised how I didn't have this much fun in the previous meets. Maybe it was because I didn't get to know them before, and now that I had, it was really worth it because I had made some great new friends. Even though I didn't win any of the finals, it didn't really matter that much. I came to CVALS with one goal in mind, and that was to make the finals in every single event. I did this, and I was very proud of this achievement. Not only that, I gained a totally different perspective on CVALs. Something that I hated in the past now became an event that I enjoyed. That weekend, I opened my mind. I learned not to judge something over a first impression. I became more social with my teammates, and it turned out to be very rewarding. Gradually, over time, I warmed up to the idea of CVALs, and my most recent CVALs experience made me completely change my mind about it. Thank you.
That was an awesome speech. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And I totally relate to your experience. And I feel like all York students who have been a part of sports on campus can relate. I know that I always get that kind of anxiety and stress before games. I dread like the long car rides, but the team really makes it. Shout out to the field hockey team. I miss them so much. It's like the best part of being on campus. And yeah, the team is what makes sports. And I really relate to your experiences. Thank you for sharing and bringing up those great memories for me. I'm sure a lot of other students too.
Yeah, congratulations, Robert. You're you're a beast, man. I never really got to see you swim on campus. I think once, the very beginning of water polo season, and I was like, oh, thank God this guy's on our team. Like he's fast. Like you and your brother both, but I'm super thankful and I'm grateful that you were able to share your story and all the hard work that you put on, because as fast as you are, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and a lot of dedication and anxiety and preparation, which is hard. So I'm super grateful you got to share that story, and hopefully I get to see you swim in the future, because now I have some backstory to root for. I can I know a little more insight about you. So but I hope you're well. Super happy for you, and sophomores, keep these amazing stories coming, because I think we're all benefiting off of them, and super thankful. So with that, almost to the weekend, guys. It's Thursday. Have a great Thursday. Take care. Go to class.